Hey, yo, Caesar's back throwing up the gang signs. We made it podcast episode 260.
260.
We back in the building. Caesar seems happy about something. I don't know why. He's over here grinning as soon as he got on the record. He got a little smirk. I don't know what's going on, but maybe he's just excited because we're going to be generally managing two legendary teams today. We got Juventus of Italy, Piedmont region, Torino, and we got Manchester United. Big failures recently. We are going to be managing them, how to make them better. I was going to ask you what's on that shirt. Is that Gundam?
Yeah.
Don't sleep right now.
Nice guess, dog.
First of all, I know what Gundam looks like, okay? Don't play with me. I mean, I couldn't really tell all the way, but I know what Gundam is, all right?
Okay.
My boy Jesus used to have Gundam toys that were like huge old monsters.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have the Gundam toys. You know what I'm saying? Don't sleep. I mean,
that's what you think.
Yeah, exactly. You probably sleep with it. Caesar guys got the made bed in the back. What's going on here? Anyway, last week I went first. We're gonna get right into it. Caesar might have some company over there in that daggone room over there. I don't know what's going on.
There's nobody here, dog.
There's somebody in that door. Look over.
We got him. I got him on camera. Move in now. You have 40 minutes to hit his location. Go.
Get on YouTube and look and see if you can see some hair. But yeah, last week I went first. We did PSG and Barcelona. So this week, Caesar, I need you to go first. We're trying to make Juve better, and we need your help, sir.
First of all, to start off here, my new position is general manager, VP, COO of, because I'm running operations of Juventus. First thing, we're not. I don't know if we're gonna win right now. It's a little rough out here. We're a little broke.
We're building.
This is a rebuild phase, and I think that there's a stigma behind rebuilding, but I think we can make it exciting for the people. I think we can make this an exciting time. And the way to do that is we're going to have to move on from some traditions and move forward towards progression. We're going to be a progressive club when it comes to signing players. Now, we got rid of Chiellini, and I'm going to be sweet. I'm going to be a nice guy. That's a great thing. The fact that they wanted to ascertain this player from us is a wonderful thing. That's a blessing in itself. Now, there's players I really want to focus on the future. Hopefully, as Juventus, we can work on making the permanent signing for Moises Kean. I think that you want to make sure that player stays on the team. Not as a loan from Everton. I don't know if he's permanent or not, but please make it a permanent transfer. I think that the experiment with Vaholic or Velvokic, whatever his name is, I think the striker situation in Juventus is great. You have two players you can play around with, and then you can always have a youth product moving as a third to work your way up. Those two guys up top, whether together or alternating, that gives you flexibility and options as a team.
Yeah, Morata too.
Yes. Oh yeah. There's options on this team. There really is. Morata's out of here. I think he hated it here for a while. I think Morata is a certified. I don't think can ever be happy in a place more than 2 years. That's fine. He can be a certified great addition to a team for 2 years. That because after 2 years, like, oh, that's enough, dog. You're not a winger. So Morata's out of here. Now, during the offseason, we lost one of my favorite players, Bernardeschi. I'm sad about this. Big Berna's leaving. I love me some Berna, man. Berna boy is a baller. He has the most tattoos in Italian league history. Especially he's good at hiding them, which is very weird. The thing is the winger situation, I don't think it can be addressed with Di Maria. I think Di Maria is a great player in his time. I don't know how much ambition Di Maria has to come in and really put that grind in and be that player. I see him. I don't know. I love Di Maria. He's an ally to Brazilians. He's an ally. Okay, let's not text me. He's an ally. But I would think that a good thing for this team would be look for speed on the wing, players that can bring speed, pace. A player I like, I don't know if you've ever seen him on Everton, Lookman. That player Lookman, he's a good winger to have.
Wait, is that Everton or like Brighton or something like that?
Everton.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he's loaned to Everton too. He's from I forgot. Red Bull. He's from Red Bull, I believe. He's a Red Bull player. Red Bull Germany one. Leipzig. No, Leipzig. Yeah. I kind of like players like that kind of like give you like they gonna that I'm looking for a player with the style like Coleman. They have that, they can get off the burst off that initial touch, and then they can create something and make things happen. We need to scout in South America, get some scouting done. There's that baller from Lantas, that little Argentinian dude, from Lantas, whatever, Rogerio. He's a baller. Get a player like that can make. Go ahead, Bam.
He's from Leicester.
Leicester.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. One of them blue teams.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, dog. Hey, I brought the name to the board. Y'all got to do the rest.
I said Brighton, so we were both.
I put the name on the chalkboard. You just got to Google them. Okay, I'm doing the best I can here. So Lookman, a player like that. There's also the other that Jamaican player. I forgot his name. He'd be good. What's his name? The Jamaican player.
Who? Gray. Yeah,
Damari Gray or Gray or whatever. That's the kind of player I think you would like, because he's not going to be extremely expensive in transfer value, but I think he can bring an impact to like a speed of pace. You want to just have pace. That's what. And I want to move Cuadrado up into the winger position. Let's have Cuadrado up there. I don't want him at fullback no more. That's feeling a little racist. I don't like that anymore. I'm done with fullback Cuadrado. He's a phenomenal person. You could tell he's a great player because he's down to do it. But don't do that anymore. I think that stop doing that as a racist.
I don't know.
Okay? He's a sauce man. He's not the defensive sauce man. I don't like this. Okay. I do not like this anymore. Yeah, I think, but I really was thinking more, the big focus for Juventus is what are they going to do with their midfield? PSG decided to sign 15 people. There's options people take. Juventus, I'm going to keep it real. I don't think they addressed it. I think that they signed a player with a name and prestige. Now, my problem with signing Pogba is you don't just sign Pogba. You need to have something built, and Pogba would be okay to fill it in that role. Not here's Pogba, here's Rabiot, here's these guys. Hey, you cannot do that. Like, you need to have a proper midfield system. Now, Pogba is a wild card. You don't know what we're going to get. He's not necessarily a defensive juggernaut, and he's not necessarily even an offensive juggernaut. Unfortunately, when I watch him play, an unmotivated Pogba is very, he's very much on a treadmill. He's on a treadmill. He's just getting the foot. He's getting the step mat. He got a watch on. He's getting a 10K.
Jogba.
So I would like to bring in some players that you can alternate, come in these situations and make impacts, do a thing. I think a player that would be really good is, for a long time, why not bring someone like Isco he's going to be very cheap from free transfer. He's a free agent. Isco would be a good player off the bench. You never know what could happen. You could bring in some young French talent too. Bam has spoken very highly of Thuram from Nice.
Hold on. Can we? I don't like you saying Isco off the bench like that. I don't know about.
I don't know. This is my thing. I'm not saying that Isco can't start. That's not the case.
Okay.
I'm saying like we can bring Isco in. I want Isco on the team. They do have a player I do like that people don't talk about a lot. I like that Zakaria player. I like him a lot. He's a good player. He came from Mönchengladbach or something like that, right? Thanks to Sean for teaching me that word. He did. Thank you, Sean. I like him.
Swiss national.
Sure. Although I did see him one time in like a highlight video, and I thought it was a basketball player learning how to like because he had like the side dread there, like dyed. I was like, is this a basketball player learning how to play soccer? I was like, oh my god, it's Zakaria from Juve. What the hell?
You, sir, are racist.
Well, that's why I got hired at Juve. So, anyways, I'm at Juventus. I'm just working here. That's why they love me.
Caesar, you also got Weston McKennie.
We do have Weston McKennie. I'm fine with him. I don't really care. I and this is my standard, and this is gonna sound mean. Anybody that's better than Rabiot has a spot on this team. Weston McKennie is better than Rabiot, and honestly, disgustingly for Rabiot by a wide margin. Okay, Weston McKennie at least has grit and he has effort. The grit and effort explodes above Rabiot in all categories, so that needs to go. Yeah, they need to address the midfield situation. An Isco player, I think Thuram would be at a perfect time to get him right now because he's not crazy high valued. But me and Bam have seen him play, and we're like, that guy's a baller. That's a guy you want to have on your team. He can fill in that frame. It's just he's a tall dude. That'd be a great addition to the team.
He seemed like he won't mind a monkey chance away from home either.
Yeah, I'm sure he gets it in France too. So I think that it'd be good. And players like Zakaria, whatever, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. You know, they're on the team and you have a solidified player, so it's good for that rotation. Center back, I think, is interesting to really think about because they did lose Chiellini. Bonucci probably has another one good year in him, maybe. If it's even a good year, I don't even know. I think he's just having a year and he's Italian, so he's going to get a pass. But I think that I would definitely look at who Villarreal has. I would look at Pau Torres. I would look at a center back like that. And I think De Ligt is a right footer. I do like the combination of a right foot and a left foot center back. I enjoy it. Bam doesn't like it. I do. But
who's left footed? Who's left footed?
Pau Torres from Villarreal.
Gotcha.
Like, you know, he's a pretty good lefty, but he's 2-footed though. I want to have someone on the other side and someone also with good ball control. He's pretty good with the ball also. And De Ligt is not phenomenal with the ball. He's kind of just like a brute, and like a tackling brute. And you need a guy that has good, you know, touch with the center back position and be able to move the ball around. So I think that'd be a good position. I think Sandro's fine on left wing. Left back. I think he's a good fullback. He's solid. People go crazy about getting star fullbacks. I don't believe in that. I think what you really just need with a fullback is someone that's tenacious and someone that has speed and can cross a ball. Okay. If you have speed and can cross a ball, you can play anywhere in the world. Honestly, that's all you need. Because things you can teach, you hustle is something you have. You can teach defense, but if you're just fast and you can cross a ball in, you're doing more than a lot of premium players.
Serge Aurier played in the semifinals of Champions League this season.
Serge Aurier played on 3 huge clubs, made a career out of being semi-okay with speed. And so, no, I think that would be some interesting additions. People want to talk about big names. I don't think Juve has any of that money to get big names because they didn't even get a transfer for Dybala, who's off the team now. Dybala was a free agent who just dipped. I think that's a missed opportunity, and that's their fault. And that's another example of like either these clubs don't want to buy these players,
or
don't transfer these players, or these clubs, or they just they're gambling, they're risking it all. And man, like that's a missed opportunity because a lot of people have a lot of high value for Dybala, unlike me. And I think that they could have capitalized off this and, be able to use that money in the market for other players. And so I don't know. I think that Dybala off the team, though, does help. I think when you have a player that has such a enigma about him and so much value with low productivity, when you're behind a guy like that, that's aggravating. Like, that's hard. Like, you're like, that's crazy. We have the same stats, but he has 34 appearances or whatever. I have 12. Like, come on now. Like, what are we doing? I think that could be tough for players. Mm-hmm. And also when a big player leaves, that's exciting for young players and other players around the league saying, hey, like, that's an opportunity where I could be the dude over there. So I think Juve's in a good position to make some moves happen. I want to see a lot of right now with their formation. I think they should run a 4-4-2. That's what I think they should be running, especially with like Pogba and Zakaria in the midfield. That'd be nice. They need to look at potentially good wingers. Would have been nice. Perisic would have been nice out there, like a player like that. That you need a winger that can, has a lot of skill and ability and can just get the ball in the middle and also score from outside. And they could do some damage, honestly, with a team like that. I just haven't seen enough of Valholic. I don't know. I haven't seen enough of him to be like, oh, he's the dude. I've just seen him ball out in Serie A, but then the one time I watched him in Europe, I was like, you're looking like a Jovic. You're looking like a little dead regular. But I mean, it's all good though. So that's my end of board presentation for Juve. I will be concluding here. No questions.
Okay. Well, I think you do a great job. They should hire you.
Thank you.
You're just racist enough. I'm going to get into Manchester United. I have some notes here. Okay, so Man U, they've been struggling for some time now. Got in Ten Hag. He brings something new. He coached in Netherlands and Bayern Munich too. He won some trophies in the Netherlands. Got to see if he can figure out to do. And we got to figure out me and him got to sit down and figure out what's the best starting 11. Now, let's start in the back. The back line is wild. All we know right now is Rafael Varane is a starter. That's it. That's the only person in that back line that has a position right now. Other center back, we got Lindelof, Bailly, and Maguire. For me, it's Bailly, Lindelof, Maguire. Sorry, England, but I think that's the ranking. But we're gonna make them fight it out in the summer.
Bailly, that's a good player. Damn.
Yeah, we're gonna have them fight it out. You're gonna prove to me you deserve to be the starter. It's gonna be like the NFL. It's training camp, and you're gonna win your position between Bailly, Lindelof, and Maguire with that blue G. Then we got fullbacks. Both of them are up for grabs. On the left, we got Luke Shaw and Alex Telles. On the right, we got Juan Bissaka and Dalot.
Bam, there's a video going on Twitter right now of Juan Bissaka training. Oh my God. Does this man know how to play soccer? It looked like, I thought it was a video of Chad Ochocinco learning how to play. And the comments are like, I can't believe this man. Oh, by the way, this man's a professional. And I didn't know who it was. It was like, I was like, that's Bissaka? He looks so weird. Like when he's kicking in the drills, he's like, it just looks so bad. I gotta show you. You're gonna be like, ugh. Like if I saw this in like training, I'd be like, why did we sign this? What's going on here? This is a liability.
For sure. I mean, for me, between Luke Shaw and Alex Telles, like I feel like
I love Luke Shaw, by the way. Love me some Luke.
I feel like they're basically the same, but I'll give it to Luke Shaw, whatever. He's English. I don't think Alex Telles.
The big thing is Alex Telles does have a good foot on him, though.
He does. I think they both do. I'll give it to Luke Shaw just because he's English. That's cool. And like Alex Telles, because Luke Shaw can get injured. Well, Alex Telles doesn't mind not starting. Yeah, on the right, Juan with a Juan Bissaka. Not a fan. I'm still not over that red card against Young Boys.
What are you doing?
I'm still not over it.
What is wrong with him?
I'm still not over it. And I really do like Diogo Dalot. I like him.
Me too.
I think he's a good player. He's not so good defensively, but he's saucy going forward, and he can do a lot more than Juan Bissaka going forward. I do think Juan Bissaka is better defensively, but we'll be fine. We'll just put Varane on Dalot's side.
No, I like Jogo too. I think he's a good player.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get into this midfield. Last season, Manchester United had the worst midfield you could ever imagine. I challenge you, go back and watch Man U games from last season or even highlights. You will see every single team can get through their midfield with ease. It's like the midfield's not even there. But they've addressed that. They got rid of Jogba. And they're bringing in a very good midfielder, Frankie de Jong. You're automatically making your team better when you bring in Frankie de Jong. You don't have a lot of depth in the midfield, but I don't mind this. And yes, we're doing a 4-3-3. Yes, I'm not unhappy with de Jong, Fred, Bruno Fernandes. What?
Are you? I feel like that's kind of you feel like you're gambling, dog. You're doing this.
Can I
craps.
Can I cook?
You can cook.
Okay.
Is this your recipe?
Okay. We got Frankie de Jong, Fred, Bruno Fernandes. I think those are your best three midfielders that can play in them three positions. You got McTominay who is not bad as a defensive midfielder.
Big baller. I like McTominay.
But I do like Fred in a defensive role more than McTominay. I feel like Fred covers more ground, and I think last season he got a bit more ambitious with passing and shooting. Bruno Fernandes is a player that he gets down if it's not going great. If it's not, he's like Aaron Rodgers, really good player, but if it starts going bad, his attitude is poor. But Frankie de Jong is a fireball no matter what. He played on some bad Barca teams, and I think Frankie de Jong will be able to kind of like lift Bruno Fernandes, and he's a really good technical player. It'll be good for Bruno Fernandes to have that player to play off of in the midfield. Now, let's go up top. This is my opinion, and it's not going to happen probably, but this is what I honestly think. I think that even though we spent the whole last season not doing this, I think we got to start off with Ronaldo on the left wing. I think we got to do it. I think that a big issue with Man U last season was having Ronaldo in the middle and having Sancho or Rashford on the left wing. Rashford was garbage last year. Sancho was washed for most of the year. When Sancho got better, he was playing on the right, really. I think you start off the season with Ronaldo on the left, and I think you put Rashford as the quote-unquote center forward in that 4-3-3. I'd put Rashford there. Rashford is just not like, he don't have the mentality to really be like getting it cracking on the left like that because his best friend got arrested and exposed. I say you start off, put Ronaldo on the left, put Rashford up the middle, and obviously it's a 90-minute match. They're gonna end up in each other's spots at times. You're gonna end up with Rashford on the left sometimes, with Ronaldo at the middle sometimes, and vice versa, and on the right, whatever. But you're doing good on the right with Sancho or Elanga. Elanga played really well last season. I like him. He's a young dude. He can also go anywhere in that front three, kind of on the left or right. Sancho is also a really good player to come in. I think Sancho's more of a speller type of player. He's not really like a starter right now. But I think more than that also, like, and honestly, like one of the issues, Man U, they don't have a lot of depth. I don't know if Daniel James is still on loan. Their midfield is probably, actually, forget Daniel James. Their midfield is where they're lacking a lot of depth. Who was that one black dude? They got, I think it's from Italy, was it Diallo or something like that? Was he a midfielder?
Who?
There's some kid from Manchester that Manchester United got. I think.
Oh, and Nerga, something like that. Nerma. He's Swedish.
No, that's Elanga.
Elanga.
But there was somebody, Amad Diallo.
Oh yeah, Amad. He got loaned as a tiny little dude. He's in playing for
Oh, he's a Rangers,
Belgium
right
or something. A Rangers.
Okay, I remember Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I thought he was a midfielder. They're saying he's a winger.
Yeah, he's a little left-footed winger.
I could have. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else then. I think they need more depth in the midfield. I don't know if that's what they're going to address ultimately. Manchester United's not been doing great. I would like for them to get some depth in the midfield. I feel like there's 4 midfielders right now that can start, really. And I don't really know like who you get. I will say Thuram, but like you got him for Juve.
I mean, I didn't get him, but I'd like to get him.
I see a lot of really good midfielders playing in France, but like, are they going to do it? It's just, they're not going to do it. Why would I even sit here and try to mention them? Because they're not going to get them. But I do think with like the starting 11, I do think they can have some success.
Why don't they get Longstaff from Newcastle? He's a baller.
Yeah.
I like Longstaff.
What really needs to happen with Man U, though, is that coming into the season, they need to train hard. I think you need to have people fighting for their positions, and Ten Hag has to have a winning mentality. I think you need to build off a player like Ronaldo. Ronaldo is like a phenomenal player, great attitude. I think Ten Hag is going to get there and be like very surprised by what Ronaldo is bringing to training. He's going to be like training the hardest at 37 or whatever. Going to be like one of the faster players in the best shape. And he's going to be like, damn, okay, I was thinking about trying to bench this guy. Let me talk to him and say, hey, do you want to go back on the left? He's going to be like, yes, Of course. He's gonna be like, you think you can do it? He's gonna be like, just let me do it till I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, just let Ronaldo be on the left until he can't, you know? But I feel like Rashford, like, just like how they did with Mbappe, like Mbappe was playing on the left. Neymar came, kind of messed it up for him. He couldn't really do it. Just put him up the middle, dude. Like, he'll figure it out. He'll be okay. He'll be fine. Ronaldo's going to bring in, send in good balls. Sancho's a really good passer. Bruno Fernandes is a really good passer.
Yep.
De Jong, he's going to figure it out. He'll get some goals. And if he doesn't, it's whatever. Rashford's not really who he used to be anyway. But it's going to be tough for Man U. There's a lot of teams out there who are, they're talking about Neymar going to Chelsea. I think if Neymar goes to Chelsea, he'll turn up. There's a lot of teams out there that are doing a lot to make themselves better. And Man U's been stuck in this rut for a long time. They've been playing really bad football. But I think you got to put players in the right position. I think you got to put Ronaldo on the left. I was looking at center forwards. I'm like, there's really no center forward for them to get. Watch them mess around and get Belotti. I'll be so mad.
Please don't.
Like, there's no center forwards. So you have to
go to he's gonna go play for like Parma.
Like, there's no center forwards for real. Like, you have to, unless they end up getting Harry Kane. And honestly, if you get Harry Kane, you put Ronaldo on the left with Harry Kane, like, you're going to be having a great time.
They're not going to do that though.
Well, probably not, but
no. But that'd be a good combo.
If they got Harry Kane with Ronaldo on the left, it's going to be lit.
Yeah, they're not going to do it though.
Probably not. I just think that more than anything, it's the mentality. I think, maybe the team suffered a lot from Mason Greenwood being exposed as an incel beater, R-worderist.
And Bruno Fernandes sabotaging too.
Bruno Fernandes is a sabotager. I think you'll be able to.
I don't know about your midfield. That combo is scary to me.
Fred, Fernandes, De Jong. I feel like that's fire on the low.
Where defensively though?
Let Fred play that.
But Fred does like to get up there though.
Well, no, of course he's going to end up getting up there sometimes. But I feel like Fred as a defensive midfielder is excellent.
No, he's a good defender for sure.
I wouldn't put De Jong back there because De Jong De
Jong loves getting forward. And he's saucy. He's real saucy.
Yeah, he's too talented. Like,
I kind of feel bad. It's like all these things are talking about him not wanting to go, and then like he's actually going. I'm like, that kind of sucks. To like,
yeah. Well, you're playing for
professional slavery, like for
facts. But I feel like honestly, the player that I'm got the most issues with is Bruno Fernandes. He gets on my damn nerves sometimes, but he's really good.
He's a good player.
And he's not. I feel like he's not so defensively aware positionally, but can be tenacious defensively. He can end up chasing defensively. I don't think that's not always the best thing to do. It's more like getting in passing lanes and not making it easy for teams to pass around you. Mm-hmm. I think De Jong is good at that. I think Fred is good at that. But I feel like more than anything, Ten Hag can be like in training, hey, Bruno, like, don't just chase. Like, you got to step back and get in the passing lane. I'd rather you use that tenacity in your mind, not in your feet all the time, Look at somebody's eyes. Look where they're going to pass the ball. Don't just be like, I got to chase now and get a yellow card. And then you're going to get a yellow card and you're going to be complaining, look like you're about to cry for 5 minutes. Like, no, dude, relax. Mm-hmm. And that's what Ten Hag is there to do. I don't think Ole Gunnar did that really. I think he was just happy to be there. And who was the dude right now? Oh, Ralph Ragnick. This dude's named after the Thor movie. Like, come on now. His dude's name is Ragnarok. Like, his dude.
He's gone though.
Yeah, he's gone. And he didn't even stay as like the general manager.
He was garbage, and I knew he was garbage. I'm like, he's garbage. He's an asshole. He's like those fake old school guys, and like his comments are so weird. Like, I hate that. But that's Man U, typically always horrible at managing and hiring people. And now he doing for Austria or some shit. I don't know.
But yeah, I think that's what's going to go. I think that's going to be the issue for Man U. I think they can improve. I'd be happy to see them get into a Champions League spot. But Caesar, before we go, since we finished generally managing Juve and Man U, Lukaku, season-long loan to Inter Milan out of Chelsea. What do you
What a
think?
weird. I mean, I don't really want to blame him that much because Chelsea's just a weird team. Like even before he was there, remember they had that season that like no one scored more than like 7 goals on the team.
They also won Champions League though.
But they won Champions League. I'm not saying like they're bad. They're just a weird team. Like, so it's like I don't even blame him because I'm like, I don't even know how a center forward would thrive there. There's like 15 cams out there in the field at the same time. Like, I don't know. They run a very non-traditional like style of football. So I'm not really like blaming him. I think he's gonna ball out again at Inter. And I think he should just stay. I don't even know why he moved, but I mean, he had some dispute. It was weird. Like he had a weird issue with management and money, and then he dipped.
He was trying to get paid.
He is getting paid because he's gonna get paid, and now the wages are split, so he's just kind of chilling. It's kind of just works out for him. But
I think Inter was trying. They were like, look, hey, Rom, we can get a lot of money for you and they're going to pay you way more. What do you want to do? He was like, let's do it. And then he got there. He was like, damn, dude, this sucks.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to go back.
That's why I left.
I miss Monkey Chance.
Oh my God. Yeah. But he's a baller and I think they're going to be fine, but I don't think that's not enough for Inter to win it all.
I guess he said some quote the other day saying that he's world class and he should be considered along with Benzema, Suarez, and Lewandowski and Harry Kane. And I'm like, sorry, dude. Like, no, I'm forget Harry Kane, but like, I'm like, no, dude. Like, you're not on that level.
You're a great player. You have a lot of skill.
You're below them, though.
You're below them, though. And
yes,
there has to be a place where you earn that. Like, those players are there for a reason. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not even. He's putting names I wouldn't even put there. But like, you know,
Suarez before he's washed.
Yeah, absolutely. Peak Suarez, probably one of the greatest forwards of all time. An incredible player.
What do you think, dude? Who do you think you are?
You got to just do some monkey chance like Suarez. You got to get a little racist like Suarez did. Do a little racism. Come up with a fake grandparent, and it'll get it popping, dude.
Nah, I just feel like I'm like, dog. Like that's cute, but like if you were saying that when you were like 26, sure, like you have some ambition, but you're never gonna reach those levels. I'm sorry. You had your best seasons at Everton, dude.
Sort of. I mean, he had his best season.
I mean, he had his best season at Inter, then he had it, but before that, it was his best seasons were at Everton. Like,
yeah,
you know, you're talking about dudes that play for.
I want him to have that mentality. I do agree that he's one of the best Belgian strikers for sure.
Sure.
And I mean, his in coming in, he had crazy accolades because he was like 16, like dropping like 6 goals in Champions League. That's crazy for Anderlecht. That's nuts. But I just think that saying that you're like along Benzema is extremely disrespectful. I think that you need to prove that to us while you're proving this to yourself. By proving if you show up, then show out. Like Kid Cudi said, show up and show out, dog. Come on.
You're not on the level of Benzema, Luis Suarez, and Lewandowski. They played at the highest level, won Champions Leagues.
The best season he had at Inter, they got bounced in group stage. Get the hell out of my face.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say.
Get out of my goddamn face.
Yeah, like you're talking about dude, like
I don't think Benzema's ever been bounced from group stage in his whole career. I don't think he's ever left in group stage.
Luis Suarez won a treble with Barcelona, scored like 60 goals. Lewandowski's
highlights. Benzema has 2006 highlights from when he was like a baby on Lyon, like playing in Champions League. Get out of here.
Lewandowski's like beating Real Madrid when he's at BVB, like scoring like 4 goals. Like
they damn near won Champions League. They were insane that year.
Yeah, so like Lukaku, like you are wrong. I'm leaving Harry Kane out of it.
You're incorrect.
I'm not really on the Harry Kane thing like that. That's just like England blowing him up. So like, yeah, like I think you're Harry Kane level, but Harry Kane's not even like that, but he's English, so he's gonna get the hype. But sorry, bro, like those 3, like stop it. Also really quick before the Zoom bounces us, and we're also gonna do the abortion episode after this, even though Caesar has company. Megan Rapinoe just today received the Presidential Medal of Freedom, first soccer player ever in America to get that. really dope.
Hell yeah.
She up there doing her thing.
No, Rapinoe's always been a big advocate for the rights of women, in sports, a big labor activist for a labor equality activist for women's soccer, a
LGBTQ
big
activist.
LGBT activist, a big activist for equality and racial inequality. Standing above one of the first episodes we ever did is a picture of her taking that kneel amid early controversy in this country when it's not really
Kneeling by
controversial.
herself, by the way.
Kneeling by herself in a crowd full of women standing with their hand over to her like
including
goofballs.
Black women.
It's honestly in 2022, if you putting your hand over your heart, get the hell out of here. Like 2022, we're doing that still, please. Yeah, big shout out to her. And not only just doing it and being she's not just doing it and being like a bitch, like doing it and still as like all this stuff is one of the best players in the world. And that's hard to do. It's hard to be one of the best and top of your game, but having such powerful stances on big, for some reason, controversial takes in America, which is it's insane to me that's controversial. But like rights being controversial is weird. But yeah, she's so dope, an ambassador to the sport, not women's sport, ambassador to the sport itself. She's an ambassador.
Some other people that received the Medal of Honor this round is dead Syrian Apple co-founder Steve Jobs, Simone Biles.
Why Steve Jobs?
He did some dope stuff. You got an iPhone.
Was he like a horrible boss or something?
I don't know. Your former Twitch namesake, John McCain.
John McCain? Oh, I mean, he's a POW.
And also, my family.
Didn't Trump call him to say he's weak though?
Yes. And also, one of the people that's receiving Medal of Honor is related to me through marriage. Fred Gray, former lawyer of Martin Luther King. Fred Gray, and one of the first state legislatures of Alabama, he is receiving a Presidential Medal of Honor. Caesar's flipping me off because he's a hater. But yes, that is through marriage. That is my family. I used to be hanging out at Fred Gray's son's house, and I gave Fred Gray's granddaughter baths when she was a baby. Look at this hater.
Well, I mean, everything.
I went to the club for the first time in my life with Fred Gray's grandson, Jamichael Agnew. First time I ever went to a club was with Fred Gray's grandson. One time, me and Fred Gray's grandson.
You're taking up all the time.
One time, me and Fred Gray's grandson were driving from Fayette to Tuskegee, and I was falling asleep in the car, and Fred Gray's grandson slapped me in the face and said, "Wake your ass up."
Well, Bam, the way Bam just pronounced that is the most Southern thing I ever heard in my entire life. Fayette or something. Fayette. I don't know what that was. Wasn't born here. I had something to say, but I totally forgot. So
that's
whatever.
okay. Anyway, episode 260, we made a podcast, generally managing Juve and Menu. Hallelujah. And make sure you check out this Abortion Saves Lives. Holler.